Hello everyone, welcome back to the You Always Win podcast here on You Always Win.
You do, you always win. What's up everyone, how you doing? I know we missed only last week, right? Was it last week?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, like real life stuff for both of us.
Selling my home
it just didn't work out. You know, you're selling some stuff.
Yeah.
I was laying in a ditch in the middle of the desert for a couple of days till I was found.
Such an idiot.
By a pack of wolves.
Don't say that.
They
You're
drugged
like,
me
oh
to
my
safety.
god, that's a crazy. Talk about that story, matey.
It's like, Guns was in a swimming pool, and I was in the middle of the desert crawling to safety.
We were very busy. We were very busy.
So we got a couple of cool things. Well, I just said cool. One topic is disturbing, but we got a couple of cool gaming topics to talk about. And we're going to talk about Battlefield 5 in a little bit because the Gamescom over there in Cologne, Germany is happening next week, like the 20th,
so why's the
like
trailer
Tuesday
out
through
now?
Saturday. So DICE and EA dropped a trailer to get the juices, what do you call that?
Salivating?
Salivating. Get your juices a-flowing like you just ate a piece of bacon, right?
Oh, delicious.
So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But what I want to talk about is Call of Duty had a beta 2 weekends in a row, right?
Yeah. If you were PlayStation, you got both weekends. First one was PlayStation exclusive. Second weekend was PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Oh, okay. So I didn't play. I don't like pre-ordering, but I didn't play. Now, you played both weekends, and you played as much as you could. Unfortunately, again, real life stuff kept popping up, but you played as much as you could. And what I want to know, and I think what a lot of people want to know is, for those of you that maybe are new to this arena, so Niels is historically a Call of Duty player first and foremost. Yeah. It's what you do in your free time when you're just chilling.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I really like it. Mainly Search and Destroy, but Call of Duty in general,
And from the beginning, and would make a plethora of videos on it, and I think that your word actually holds a lot of weight when it comes to these games, because from my side looking at you, you've always bought every Call of Duty, and you have always given each Call of Duty a try without the ridiculous fake "I'm so hyped."
Well, we're not sponsors, and we're never even when I was sponsored,
Activision.
Yeah, if you remember, when we got invited to the Call of Duty XP.
XP, yeah.
XP. Is it XP? Yeah, back in 2011 or something like that. We got invited to that, and that was like before You Always Win. But we got invited because I did a gunshot video, which is kind of, not a podcast like this, but a news-type video. And it wasn't a good one. It was me actually ripping into, I forget which it was. It was some new feature that they tried to implement. And I ripped into it. I made a video and I'm like, this is a horrible idea. I don't like it. Blah, 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 blah. The way the gun shop was, I didn't hold back. I was very adamant about how I didn't like it. And then once I actually got a hold of it and I played with it a little bit, I actually did a follow-up video. I'm like, you know what? I was wrong. Because that's what I do. If I'm wrong on something, you just got to own it.
You're big enough to admit you're
you just own it. So I made a follow-up video, and then next thing you know, the actual VP of marketing.
Yeah, VP?
I think it was the VP of marketing or whatever, contacted and said, hey, we want to use a clip of your both videos to show what you just said before and what you did after in our big presentation to stockholders. And so they used that, and they ended up inviting us. And then I think you and I got invited to the... We
got invited to E3.
E3, yes. So that
was... By Activision, because they used it in one of their keynote speeches showing this. And, that brings up a good point. What? I mean, these days, it's so hard to know, are people making videos and saying things because they're sponsored or for views and clicks? And
they're flown out or they get anything free?
Yeah, is there anyone still, and I'm sure there is, I'm sure there's still people out there that just give their honest opinion. And like you said, your first instinct back then was, I don't like this. Then you try, you're like, I was wrong. I actually enjoy this,
Yeah.
And I think as a viewer and as a consumer of news and information on YouTube, that you can respect that person A lot more than you see someone with millions of views on the thing like, hey, we're going to look at this trailer so we can, it's like, okay, yeah. Where's this really coming from?
Oh my God, it's so good. I can't wait. It's so exciting, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. They're paid to go there. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, you need to be wary of those people. I'm not saying that they're necessarily being false, but they could accentuate things, make things seem a lot better than what they actually are. I don't believe that. I'll say this. I go in every year. Every year I'm hopeful. I am truly hopeful that the Call of Duty coming out that year is going to be really good because I love Call of Duty. Because I enjoy playing it. Like you said, Meaty, like I love that game so much. It's the reason why I even started YouTube in the first place.
Right.
So when it comes out, I give it a fair shake. I ignore all the naysayers. Everyone's like, this game's gonna suck. I'm like, really? Did you play it yet? Strange that you have that opinion without having any experience with it. You know what I mean? Like I ignore all those people. So I try and go in there as neutral as possible, but optimistic, from an optimistic side. But if I don't like it, I'm gonna say I don't like it. Advanced Warfare, I didn't like it. I didn't like Advanced Warfare at all. I didn't mind Ghost. People hated on Ghost. Did you ever play Ghost?
I did, actually, and I hated it.
Yeah, see? So you hated it. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it that much.
I have a couple of very specific reasons why I hated it.
Why?
One, the way the graphics were, it was so hard for me to pick out enemies in some of that foliage.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, it was some of the worst hit detection since Call of Duty World at War.
Mm-hmm. But you liked Black Ops 2. That one was...
I loved Black Ops 2. So Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, I hated 1 because of the hit detection.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I like Black Ops 3. And then World at War, or what was it? What's this? World War II?
World War II, the most recent. Yeah,
that was good too. I didn't play much, but when I did play, I thought, hey, this is pretty good. There was nothing glaring to me like,
I think it was really underrated. I think the last one, the World War II, is very underrated.
It may take time to recoup, even if they do release a good one. So all of this being said, it kind of, what I'm trying to do is let you guys know kind of Niels' background here. And when I ask a question about Call of Duty, if he says this, that, or the other, I'm like, oh, okay, that really gives me a lot of good information for me to make my own decision on once I get my hands on it. So, same way with like me in Battlefield. Like I've got, a lot of hours
and that's the same thing. You bring up Battlefield. I would trust your opinion on Battlefield even more so than my own judgment because you've played it so many more hours. I like Battlefield, and I've been playing it since... I don't know, Battlefield 3, not anything
Battlefield 3, yeah.
Battlefield 3 going forward. Always enjoyed it, but I've always been a Call of Duty person, but I know you played way more hours. So when you say this is good or this is balanced...
I don't see why people can't be a Call of Duty and a Battlefield. Why do you have to, like...
If you're a shooter
people
fan,
do that.
Why not?
If you're a shooter fan, you're missing out. If you're only Battlefield...
experience.
Or only COD, you're totally missing out on the other side. It's two different, totally different feelings to me.
Yeah.
So anyway, COD beta, you played a bunch of it.
Yep.
And I didn't play any.
No.
You told me a little bit about it. I watched the videos that we put out on YouAlwaysWin. So if you guys want to see some of that gameplay and hear some of the other thoughts, we have multiple videos out on YouAlwaysWin with the Call of Duty beta gameplay in it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I actually liked it. There's a certain thing, there are certain features of it that are very noticeably different from previous Call of Duties. The health regen, the fact that you don't auto regen, or not the health regen, the total amount of health. So how many bullets it takes to actually kill someone is noticeably, there's nothing that you can do about it. Anyone that's like, I didn't even notice anything, well, then you're oblivious to the truth because that's what they've done. But when you look at these changes, that and non-auto recovery in terms of your health, that's something more along the lines almost of Battlefield. But in Battlefield, you still recover over time, but it's just very, very slow.
Yeah, you want to drop health kits down. So you're saying time to kill has been expanded.
Oh, yeah. Like, even if it's by, like, 2 or 3 bullets, but you're talking about a Twitch reaction type of arcade shooter, where traditionally it was very fast. The time to kill is very fast. You had to jump on someone, and if you had good hit detection, which you usually don't, Meaty, but if you do, you kill people very, very quickly. In this one here... it almost takes an entire mag to drop someone. So a 2v1 engagement is not a safe engagement. It's almost you're rewarded to travel in packs, stay with the group or anything like that. You know, I did a lot of solo stuff and I was okay, but that's because I'm used to evading and stuff like that. But you have to put a lot of bullets and you recover no health unless you use a stim shot. But all of these things, even though it seems to be changing the sort of the overall fundamentals of it, you do, just like any game, you get used to it. But they're there for an obvious reason, and that is the Battle Royale. You know that it's there. You know that. And then in Heist, when you're shot, you don't die right off the bat. You go into a crawl position, just like PUBG, just like Fortnite. So you don't instantly die. And again, it's like a feature. When you're thinking Battle Royale, you're like, okay, you know what? Blackout mode is coming, the Battle Royale. Increase health makes sense. You don't want to drop as fast as you do in a traditional COD in a Battle Royale. Right?
Yeah.
You want to be able to have the health, so you got stim shots, you got health packs. And in Heist, it's probably going to be the same way that the Battle Royale is, in that you don't start off with a stim shot. You got to go and find one. So, so you start off with no stim shots. You go, you find a satchel, or like a health satchel. You go and pick one up, and you get up a maximum of 2. So that, and it's just everything is sort of is echoing, or you can see that it's translating over to the possibilities of what's going to be in the Battle Royale. And
the mechanics and the baselines are built and showing through in the regular multiplayer. But the game itself
is good. The movement is smooth. It's the normal traditional Call of Duty, like Black Ops 3, very responsive, butter smooth. You know, there was some frame rate issues a little bit, you know, during the beta. But again, that's what a beta's for. People are like, oh, it's all framey. You're playing a beta. You're playing a beta to give them feedback. Anyone complaining saying this game is garbage based on the beta, you're missing the whole point of the beta, and you should stop playing betas because you just don't get it. You know, it doesn't matter
years ago before alphas and betas were early release games you could buy. Developers wouldn't release Call of Duty wouldn't release betas just because of that, because people weren't smart enough to realize we're sending this game out for you to test and we can fix before we release it.
Exactly. Give us feedback. Let us perfect this so that the time it comes for the actual real sell, you know, for everyone else, the people that get the pre-orders, like myself, I pre-order every year. I always get it pre-ordered. Is because I know I'm going to buy it no matter what. You shouldn't get a pre-order if you're not going to be like there to help fix it through its bumps in the road. You know what I mean? That's really unless you're of course a YouTuber, no reason but that's different. You know,
well, unless you're rich and you buy everything.
That's right. So I thought it was actually very interesting. I thought they did it. There's no bouncing, but there's no what would you call them? Like claymores, betties.
Claymores,
that type of autonomous explosive. You know what I mean? Triggered. None of that is in there. It's based on your specialist now. And once you use that specialist ability, that might be something remote. You know, like they have a tripwire laser thing. But once it's used, you have to recharge it. It's not that you guaranteed to actually have another one in the next round. So I thought they actually did a fantastic job of balancing this. I know the big sore spot, you brought this up. There's no single player campaign in it. And people
single player campaign,
But why would they do that? Why? I know a lot of people are bummed out about that. But the longevity of any Call of Duty has always, even Battlefield arguably, is the multiplayer. You know, that's what's keeping it playable for months and months, you know?
Okay, so here's what I look at when it comes to campaign, no campaign. So AAA title. We're looking at the past. AAA title, $60 campaign multiplayer, DLCs down the line that you got to pay for. Then they came out with games where they said, all right, no campaign, but they cut the price of the game. So now they're going full price, no campaign. I'm like,
where's all the development costs going, right?
Until the community, the gaming community, actually has some legitimate like leadership. Not this stuff where we say, we don't like this company because of microtransactions, so we're gonna boycott this game. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people saying, listen, overall here, if you're going to pay $60 or $70 or $80 or $90 when you get those little add-on packages, that full-price AAA title should be multiplayer and campaign. Now, if it's a game like, let's go out on a limb here and say like Uncharted. So Uncharted is primarily a story-driven campaign where they kind of throw in this little multiplayer thing that you can do.
Which isn't great, but it's there.
It's a total afterthought.
Yeah.
And maybe not so much these days, but originally that's what it was.
Yeah.
You buy that game because it's a single-player campaign, but there is multiplayer in there, okay? So if you're going to do that, see, what they're doing is they charged $60 before they did multiplayer. Now they're charging $60 when they added it. They're giving you more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
They're not taking away things,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, yeah.
And the other side of this is, look, let me ask you a question. You lay out a campaign mission, and then you're going to have this new Battle Royale mode that you want to do in your game. What better way than to say, all right, let's chop out this section of the campaign map, and that's a Battle Royale map.
Yeah.
You see, you actually get 2 for 1. If you make it for campaign, you can utilize it in Battle Royale and vice versa, right?
Yeah, it's almost... You're right, though. I'm thinking about that. I think they even got even lazier because they're using... layouts, everything that we know is they're using layouts of previous maps into there. So it's not even like they're designing new areas, really. I know they have to make it sort of stitch it together. So where's the development cost coming from? I had to spend over $100 Canadian to get Black Ops 4 and the season pass. Over $100. No campaign in that. Here's the thing, if you're gonna do that, just like you said, if you're gonna if you're gonna take away the campaign, then give us the DLCs for free. I think there's no reason with the number of sales that Call of Duty generates. You're talking like 20 million, I think, so far for World War II, which I was impressed with. That's pretty good for that. But up to 30 million. They make a tremendous amount. Even if they threw in the DLC, there's no way, you cannot tell me that they would lose money. If anything, people like, finally, you get it. There's no need for Call of Duty. Knowing that it's an annual franchise, there should be no charge for the DLC. The DLC at this point, knowing how big your audience is, should absolutely 100%. And the other problem with not making DLC inclusive is you fragment the lobbies and you fragment the community because some can get in.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, if you're gaming with your buddies, you're like, oh, I didn't get that DLC. It's like, okay, we got to back out. You got to back out. It totally
messes up the whole matchmaking system.
There's no reason for a game like Call of Duty to charge for DLC. Not at all, especially in Black Ops 4. I don't care. Yeah, you're creating this new Battle Royale mode, but you're rehashing old maps. You're not spending the time for these, voiceovers and this big acting and all this other stuff that you normally do. So where do we get the value? You're getting the same amount of money, but you're just throwing in really an extra game mode. That's really what it is. Yeah. So this is, for me, as much as I like Black Ops 4, as much as I'm excited for the Battle Royale mode, I really like that. Before Fortnite came out, but with PUBG, I always thought, oh man, a Call of Duty Battle Royale would be awesome. Yeah. But like you said, though, the fact that they took that away, I don't really care about the campaign, just to be honest with you. It's not something that I'm like gonna miss. A lot of times I skip over the campaign and jump in, but I understand why you'd like it. But taking that away, where's our compensation for the consumer?
Yeah, we're looking for value added, not value taken away. When you have a franchise that's struggling, and the community is split, you can never make a perfect game that's going to bring everybody back. What people want is for you to make a good game with value added. So Call of Duty wants to make let's call it a comeback, right?
Yeah.
Then make a good game. Yeah. Whatever BR mode campaign, but make it either give us free DLC, reduce the price because there's no campaign, something. Say, listen, we're giving you value added for your game, and we made a good game. You're going to have to make an absolutely perfect game to charge for everything because people just aren't putting up with it anymore.
No, I agree. As much as I like Black Ops 4 so far, the multiplayer, as excited as I am, I would say, based on even just talking with you in this, it is not worth the money. I'm just going to say it, and I love Call of Duty, I really do, and I want to see it flourish again, and I want to be excited to play that game again. Yeah. But based on the fact that they took that away, based on the fact that they don't offer free DLC, they didn't add anything, and they're still charging huge amounts of money, it's not worth the AAA price. Not at this time here. They needed to do something more than that.
You take something away, you've got to deduct the price. If you add something, add it as value add and say this is what we're doing. Yeah. Announce something that's free. You're going to get more than you paid for. Well, thank you. I'll give your game a try then.
Sorry, Activision.
You're doing something. we're doing something.
Yeah.
All right, so next I'm going to throw you a curveball, dude. You ready for this?
Ooh, I like the curveball.
All right, before we jump into talking about Battlefield 5, what I want to do is bring up Battle Royale mode hate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I watched the trailer from for the Gamescom trailer. I watched I went to a couple channels like Jack Frag, some of the big Battlefield channels, and I scrolled down through the comments. I wanted to see what people were saying about the trailer. And I saw a lot of people, and we've seen it on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard it everywhere. And again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I respect that people have a difference of opinion. I want to give my opinion on this, and my opinion on the Battle Royale mode hate.
Yeah.
People are like, enough with Battle Royale mode, enough of this, no more of that, blah, 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 on and on. Now, here's my view on it. Battle Royale is like free-for-all. It's just another game mode. It's like search and destroy, free-for-all, team deathmatch,
it's just on
Battle
a bigger
Royale
scale,
mode.
that's it.
So the difference is now you have games that's special, that's all they are. Like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is only BR. You go in there and people loved it, and then they hated it because they loved it so much they hated it because they would not fix desync and cheating and all that stuff.
Fix PUBG.
And then Fortnite comes out, and anyone under 10 years old is like, BAM!
And it saved their crappy game.
It is the best thing since bacon.
Yeah.
Fortnite
is live.
I'm not saying it's good or bad.
Yeah.
I played it. We had fun.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not heroin.
No.
You know? It's not
it's
not addicting to me at all.
Mode. Yeah.
Okay? And it's fine if you love playing it. That's great. I'm so happy that you found a game that you love. But everything in moderation. My goodness. When you've got 8-year veteran gaming YouTubers saying Fortnite is life.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dude, that's cringy. When I see those people, I'm
dude.
like, unless you're 10 years old, you should not be saying that.
That dude needs jail time or something. That just cringed me up. All right. So, my opinion on why there is Battle Royale mode hate, okay? I think it's legitimate. I think it's because of the complete and utter flooding of Fortnite everywhere.
Yeah, just oversaturation. A massive, rapid oversaturation.
Well, see, PlayerUnknown Battleground ran its course with a lot of people. Like me, I even revisited it lately so I could play the smaller map, and my goodness, the desync is still there. It's come on, I just want a fair fight.
No.
I just want a fair fight. So it's like it's run its course with so many people. Fortnite is still on fire with the people that play it, and the people that don't, they despise it because everyone is shoving it in their face. It's like, everywhere. Why don't you play this? You suck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. Now, these Battle Royales that are coming out in these games, if we can look at them like I said, what if we look at it like it is a free-for-all mode if it's solo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just another game type, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't like playing TDM. So guess what? I don't play TDM.
Yeah.
I like search and destroy. So guess what? I play search and destroy. And I don't sit around for 8 hours a day yelling out my window, I hate TDM. Why do they put
Or commenting on every video that you see about how much you don't like it. God. Guess what? You don't like it? Cool. Move on.
Yeah, it's like it's fine that you don't like it, but because you don't like something, don't go after someone else's opinion or feelings and try and convert them. Are you some kind of preacher? Are you trying to bring them to drink your Kool-Aid? Calm down.
Yeah.
Enjoy what you enjoy and let other people enjoy what they enjoy. Yeah. And if Battle Royale, these are not 2 new Battle Royale games coming out. They are game modes within Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Focus, people. Oh my God, that is one of the most irritating things. We're like, oh my God, Battle Royale. You don't have to play it. If you love Battlefield and the normal Battlefield multiplayer modes and the normal Battlefield campaign, then just play those. No one's going to force you just because it's there. It's like having another game mode in your options in multiplayer and saying, I don't like that mode, I don't want to play it. stop whining all the time and complaining
It's just like the
about
people
it.
like, oh my god, you don't play
God.
Conquest, you play Rush?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I play Rush. I play Conquest too. What's the big deal?
I
love
better.
Rush because I've had some of my most epic struggle back and forth games in Rush over the years.
Yeah, love
and it's
Rush.
been awesome. I love Conquest too. It's just it is what Battlefield is all about, is Conquest. Everything just shoot. It's crazy.
But you're right about the battle royale mode though.
Right.
People are just.
If you want, okay, let's go out on a limb, you guys. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say one of the two battle royales suck. Let's just say it sucks. It's like, oh, jeez, and it sucks. So guess what? I'm not gonna go and start. Oh my god, the battle royale! No, I'm gonna go play Search, or I'm gonna go play Rush, or whatever game. You know what I mean?
Don't play it.
Just don't play it.
Yeah.
You guys have got to learn, though. I'm not saying everyone. The people who are so involved in trying to change people's minds to love the game that they love. Wow.
Yeah. You need to get
Calm
over
down. Get over yourself. Calm down. Enjoy what you enjoy. Let others enjoy what they want to enjoy. You want to be sheep and have the feed bucket of Kool-Aid. That's fine for you.
Yeah.
But
I
for
think
the rest of
that's
us,
a good point, though. That happens too, though. It's the same thing as everyone loving it so much. Once they hear someone saying, "Oh man, too much battle royale," and if you happen to not like Fortnite, if you happen to not like PUBG, and then all of a sudden someone says that, you're like, "Yeah, boom!" and all of a sudden you're on the bandwagon. You are a sheep just as much as everyone else that you call sheep being in love with battle royale.
Yeah.
Just let it go. No one cares. Those people that love the game don't give a rat's butt about you not liking it. And they don't care that you don't like it. So you having to keep reiterating that all the time is just really your ego and just,
it's like insecurity too, right?
Yeah, like
you don't own stock in it. You don't need to go to the board of directors and raise the stock prices. You just
like
game
Fortnite.
You play.
I don't like Fortnite.
Look,
but
I don't
mind
like
Battle
Fortnite
Royale.
enough to play it.
No.
And I especially don't like it because it's shoved in my face everywhere on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, there's been thousands of great games over the years. Yeah. Thousands. Yeah. That I find, and in different genres, right? Yeah. Like a Fallout type game, where you're just immersed, or Skyrim. Oh, I love it.
Very immersive experience, right?
Yeah, or a great shooter game. And it's not life. It's not the end-all, be-all. No. It's just a fun game for people. But because of the age group, and this isn't my words. Look up the statistics, everybody.
Yeah. It's emotion rather than rational, logical thought.
And that age group also drives YouTube. It drives YouTube, and it drives Twitch, and that's why things are blowing up. And I say, for people who play it and everyone who watches them play, that's awesome. It's great. Yeah. That's what every Twitch streamer or YouTuber wants, is to find their niche that people love watching you play that certain game. That's incredible. Okay. That's outstanding.
And what about this? This is what I want to say as well, in terms of the Battle Royale. Mm-hmm. I'm on board. I get it. And if you listen to Meaty talking about it as well, we do get just as sick as some of you seeing everyone doing Fortnite and everything. We just ignore it and we move on. But we don't hate the Battle Royale mode per se. We're not terribly fond of how it is in Fortnite, so we don't play it. We like the concept in PUBG, but there are glaring issues that ruin the experience for a lot of people, including ourselves, which is hit detection, all of that other stuff, like the netcode. Vaulting. All of that stuff there can ruin an experience like that. But just because the two currently most popular versions of the Battle Royale mode are not your cup of tea, doesn't mean that game mode can't be perfected later on to the point where we're like, wow, maybe we haven't seen it. Fortnite is popular. I'm saying this, and if you can't see this, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but it got popular because it was free on all platforms. It's a very simple recipe, and it happened to be good. It obviously, a lot of you enjoy it, so I'm gonna say that it's good. It's just not something I like. But just because you may not like it, just because you may not like PUBG for similar reasons maybe that we share, doesn't mean that something like Battlefield or even Call of Duty, Black Ops 4 mode coming up, maybe for you, maybe for us, it is the perfect Battle Royale. It's not, it's the hit detection is there. I personally think that maybe Battlefield, even though I'm a Call of Duty, fanboy or whatever you want to call it, I think Battlefield has the best chance of making a very unique and really well played battle royale, because they're used to huge, 64 player. So what? You increase it a little bit.
That and very large multiplayer maps at the same time. Some of these conquest maps, if you don't have a vehicle, you're out of luck.
So
you
if
can't
you
get
like
across the map.
PUBG, but you're frustrated because of hit detection and all the other stuff, I'm just saying, you don't discount battle royale.
We don't know till we try.
What if Battlefield nails it in such a way, that you're like, wow, like I actually do like it. It feels like Battlefield. It's a crazy battle, but they nailed it. The hit detection, the netcode, everything else is just on. It's just spot on. They just nailed it. I'm not discounting the game mode. Like Meany said, it is a game mode. Some people they turn it into huge games, but it's really just a type of multiplayer, and it's just being implemented as another type of game mode in both Battlefield and Black Ops.
Yeah, we don't know. They may get the formula better. They may get it worse. We don't know yet. But
who knows?
Let's not try and crumb on people for trying to add. We talked earlier in a segment about adding value to the game. So yes, they're not. They didn't make it up. They're like, hey, look, a lot of people like these battle royale mode. Let's add that mode into our game and see how it works.
It's not dead. It's like saying TDM is dead. You know what I mean?
PUBG still has 1 million concurrent users on Steam every day.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure PUBG?
PUBG
still is very popular.
Still crushing it. So you take that and make something better. Dude.
Again, if it's not your type of game mode, that's fine.
No worries.
But try and think of big picture, saying, look, okay, at least they're trying to add something into the game that they haven't had.
Yeah.
You say you're not adding enough, you're adding too much, you change this, there's jetpack. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. It's the same way with us. We try and do things on YouTube. Yeah. People say, we don't like what you're doing, so we try something new. Then we have our, diehards who love that go, we don't like the new stuff. It's like, you can't win.
No.
There's too many different opinions on everything. So maybe if all of us can be just a little bit more open-minded, kind of meet in the middle and say, look, Battle Royale isn't for me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that they're trying new things. Like maybe, let's say again, maybe one of the Battle Royales doesn't work out, but it spans some type of hybrid mode between a free-for-all and a battle royale that comes in, and it's like a small map with I'm just shooting from the hip here, like a small map that's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
But you drop in, let's just say it's free-for-all.
Yeah.
4 times the size of a normal free-for-all map. You drop in with no guns. You got to go find guns.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool too. You could say that's battle royale. You could say it's free-for-all, naked free-for-all.
Yeah, maybe this idea doesn't work, like what you're saying.
It could
but maybe it morphs into something better, and you're like, whoa, now I really like that mode.
You never know. Just keep an open mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, keep an open mind on it, you guys. All right, you guys, let's shift into Battlefield 5 that just released a trailer for Gamescom coming up next week in Cologne, Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually asked if I was going there by a couple Polish developers, dude.
Really? Why didn't you go? Oh, no, they weren't going to actually...
They weren't saying, hey, we'll pay for you to go. They were saying, hey, are you going to be here? And unfortunately, no.
No.
1, I'm here in America. 2, I would love to go to Germany, dude.
Yeah, Germany would
Cologne is awesome, right?
Fantastic.
Oh, I'd love to go to Germany.
So much beer.
But I'm not even close to having money or time to do that.
No.
But anyway, so the Battlefield 5 trailer drops.
And
now,
it's 2 minutes, right? It's
2 minutes long. 2 minutes or so. The last 30 seconds is an Xbox ad.
Yeah.
Plays best on Xbox.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Just saying.
Okay.
I think it plays best on PC, and it'll be more popular on PS4, so not sure where that's coming from, but anyway.
Yeah.
A little slap
advertising dollars.
Oh, we don't want to upset our Xbox fans. They're like, what? Reality?
I think that the first trailer that came out, people really didn't like. Yeah, remember, it was like, it showed like a girl sniper.
Come on, man. It's a video game. All these things are based on something. They're not actual stories. They're not, retelling an actual event. It's just like, hey, let's make a video game that's fun based on this time era. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I see the comments. Again, I read through all the comments on a couple of videos, and seeing people argue about historical accuracy. It's like, really, I didn't know we had so many history majors in here that wanted historic.
But they regurgitate again. These are sheeple regurgitating.
Yeah, but you know what they're actually
thoughts.
doing? Wow. You know what they're at? Because I'm like, why? What are they talking about historical accuracy? They're talking about the girls. They're being. You know, this is about men versus women thing, and they're covering it up by saying historical. Dude, if you're mad that a girl is in the game, you got problems,
Who
man.
cares,
It's a video game.
Let them, so we like to be able to pick our characters and stuff like that, and sometimes, there's girl gamers out there. I think statistically, it is majority of the, especially aggressive shooter games, it is historically or in the favor of males. But that doesn't mean that there can't be girls in there to play. It's a video game. It's meant to be fun. It's based on history. It's not a recount of it. And people are also getting upset the fact that there were a lot of African Americans. And I'm like, well, they were in there. It's the same sort of thing. Like, you need to just get over it and stop being
There's a ton of African Americans in World War II for the United States.
I know, but I've seen those comments. Not as much as the women in there that seem to threaten.
Yeah.
Like, you need to just
Tuskegee Airmen, they were kicking some serious butt.
Just stop being so threatened by.
Because I watch movies, and movies never lie.
But it does irritate me. It just, like, if that's stuff that irritates you, you're the one who are perpetuating the problems in this.
Yeah.
No one else cares.
What do you call that? Is that a chauvinist?
Yeah, chauvinistic, misogynistic.
Okay, I'm going to say, whatever. If you don't like women, then let's try, just be honest. Say, don't hide it behind other words.
Yeah.
Like historical accuracy. If you don't like women, then have the guts to say that and see what people say to you then.
Yeah.
Or maybe, once again, you can have an open mind and play a video game.
It's a game.
I can't believe it's almost 2019 and people are still caught up on this stuff. What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
What is everyone afraid of?
That's a good point, though. What you just said there, to sort of like offshoot here, segue. If you're that threatened, like, honestly, like, when I go to my day-to-day life, I look at all these things and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't know why you're so threatened. Why are all these feminists there? Why are they all constantly fighting about it? Like, I'm just going to my day-to-day life. I support my wife in anything she does, and if something happens with her, I'm like, hey, that's not right or whatever, and we deal with it at that time. But I've never understood the sort of society is like, oh, he's fighting, we need rights and we need this, and I'm like, is it really a problem? But then when we come across something as simple as a video game and you have a problem with a female playing in a fictional game that's based on something, no wonder they're still fighting, because you knuckleheads out there are still so half-ass backwards and are so threatened by it over something in a video game. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No wonder they're still fighting. You people need to just get a grip. It's a video game. Stop regurgitating like a bunch of sheep all what everyone else is saying, getting mad at it. Have fun. Yeah. It's supposed to be about fun. It's supposed to be about playing with your friends and playing an awesome video game, not getting mad because they put a woman in there, even though there were women in there, but maybe not at the level that they're portraying. But who gives a
Well, they said the same thing about Battlefield 1 when it came out, because they had the female voice calling out the conquest sites and all that stuff. It's I swear, it doesn't even cross my mind until I read all the comments. I'm like, oh, this thing looks so cool. This is
You are
oh my god, that's a girl.
Why did they put
this
her
isn't
in there?
Historically accurate.
Not buying it.
Dude, the bullet drop on that Gewehr is not historically accurate. That thing should drop way more than that.
There's no way that girl could handle that LMG. She'd be flying backwards with her light frame.
Yeah, I think hopefully we can get past all of this type of stuff soon, and
stop
everything, life
stuff,
and
man.
video games and everything will be a lot better when we can be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't think that way. I don't go around and go, oh, that's a girl, that's a guy, this person's white, that person's not.
I don't care.
I don't care. I think you got to have some stuff going on in your own life to not worry about all this other stuff. It's pretty crazy. But let's get back to Battlefield 5 trailer.
The light note. Let's go back to this.
My initial thought, I watched it. I'm like, you said you got to see this.
Yeah.
For this one part.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and I could feel, on my chest. I don't know if you guys got good headphones or good speakers, or you're watching on your mobile phone with your... Anyway, so I could feel it, right? Dude, when that V1, the Vengeance weapons, it's the plane with the jet, and it's just a bomb.
Yeah, and they drop it. Boom!
Dude, that's the thing that kept launching over to England. The V1 and V2 rocket.
Yeah.
But when that V1 came in with that sound, oh, dude, I'm like, holy cow, they nailed the sound, right?
Oh, they've always done.
And then,
but their trailers have always been tight. They do.
But their first one wasn't that good because they did too much CGI. They did too much like movie versus in-game.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Anyway, I felt pretty cool. Now I still wish it was more modern because I like more modern weapons. Like I like today's weapons.
How hard is this?
Yeah.
Someone
MP5s, MP5s, AKs, M4s, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I like the full auto select fire type weapons in my shooters. But I think that if people would not go so crazy and allow them to take a little bit, of stray from the historical accuracy, we could have some of these guns in. Maybe in some of the Wunder weapons that Germany was designing could have been a pretty cool machine gun. But if you think about it, the STG is the baseline for almost all of the modern day assault rifles.
Fully automatic.
The STG. Then you got the MP9, you got the Thompson.
Yeah.
These are all, you got the Type 100. I don't know if Japanese is part of this one, though. Is it none in the Pacific? It's only the...
I don't know what the campaign is for Battlefield
I'm not
5.
sure.
If it's part of World War II, they absolutely easily could implement that, but maybe it'll be in DLC or something,
Now, here's something interesting about the historical accuracy talk. I just finished replaying for probably, I don't know, the umpteenth time, Call of Duty World at War's campaign.
Oh, yeah, I've seen you post
And, dude, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Where they go,
yeah,
when they go there, and what happened there.
Yeah.
Silo Heights, the heart of the Reich, the downfall at the Reichstadt,
Yeah.
Silo Heights was like, as they were pushing in, that was the last valley with the high ground where they were trying to hold them out before they got into Berlin.
Yeah.
You look at the Pacific Theater when they talk about Shuri Castle and about Okinawa and all of those battles. You watch movies, you play the game, you're like, oh my God, this is where they did this.
Dude, most gamers do not even have that information. Most gamers don't even know recent history, let alone friggin' World War II or World War I. You know what I mean? They don't remember that stuff. And that's actually, you talking about that, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it spurred on a thought when you were saying that about, oh, women weren't this. I guarantee you sit down with all of those grumpy, misogynistic friggin' crab asses out there, sit them down and start questioning them on historical accuracy in terms of things that actually happened in the war, and was this here, and was this here, and when did this happen? They won't know anything, dude. All they see is that there's a woman there and they're threatened by it. They're like, oh, they weren't here and blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you there's so many other historical inaccuracies in the video game and how it happens. They have no idea, but it's that one aspect because it's a woman, that one trait of it that triggers them off. And like sheep, they just go berserkle. But I guarantee you those same people don't know crap about that war. They just, as long as they see the same weapons and everything is okay. But that one thing, putting too many women in there, triggered them off. I just think it's ridiculous, dude.
Well, we always talk about why they don't make a Vietnam game. And we talked about thinking that maybe the U.S., because it was like a failed police state,
kind of a sore spot,
police action. So, the numbers are roughly 58,000 is how many U.S. died in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And times 10 on the enemy side. You know, it's always 1
way
to 10
more.
death ratio.
Yeah, they were way more effective.
But we don't talk about that. We talk about the wall, 58,000.
Yeah,
so I just typed this in World War II, the total overall ranges somewhere between 50 and 80 million people died.
Yeah. Yeah.
50 to 80 million people died in World War II.
Yeah.
So if you talk about relevance, and I don't care if it happened 300 years ago.
Yeah, that's a lot.
50 to 80 million. It said around 3% of the world's population died in that war.
It was ridiculous.
That is why they call it a world war.
Yeah.
They said that out of all the Axis deaths, and that would be what we consider the bad guys, Germany, Japan, Italy, Romania, Hungary, Bulgaria, 64% of the deaths were all German, and 24% were Japanese. I just found this out last night watching the it's like American Heroes channel or something.
Oh, really? I don't know.
It was a Hitler thing, and they said 50% of all the German deaths in World War II happened in the last 10 months of the war.
Yeah.
When the U.S. was coming and when the Russia was coming.
Yeah.
50% of all their deaths happened in 10 months when they were just getting clobbered from two fronts.
They're like, enough,
so it's
let's end this war. This is bullcrap.
It was so catastrophic to the world that it demands that you know and learn about it. It demands that you study this and learn what really happened. Like, I watched the movies and stuff, and like, wow, that's crazy. Then I see like real documentaries, like, dude, that movie was total BS.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's glorified, right? It's one tiny fragment, and then they got to make it.
They glamorize war, dude. There's nothing glamorous about war. If you think it is, then you're in for a rude awakening. But just put that total in your pocket and think about it. 50 to 80 million people. That's civilians. That's death camps. That's soldier to soldier. That's bombing cities. That's everything. And trust me, all sides did bad things.
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you kidding me? In war, just because you don't hear about it?
All sides did bad things. So.
But anyway, it's that. Vietnam. We'd love to see that. I think you and I would love to see that. I think
because I like the setting, and I think all the you can get the modern guns in there. You can get the MP5s, you can get the M4, the AK. You can get helicopters.
It just makes it more fun for a video game. That's why. It's not that we don't like the settings. It's like we want them to be able to use weapons that make the multiplayer aspect a little bit more fun.
It's exactly what I said. Battlefield 1. I'm like, dude, there was no good guns in World War 1. What are you guys thinking? Oh, I'm so excited. They're like, hey, wait a minute. These guns suck.
Yeah. The game played fine, like a normal Battlefield would play.
It's pretty fun. I played it a lot.
But the weapons sucked. I don't care what anyone said.
But I got bored.
The World War I weapons blow. They're horrible. It's a big mistake. Like, what are we going to go back now and start, like, chivalry and start using swords or bows and arrows and stuff? Like,
but I don't want the George Jetsons either. I don't want ray guns.
I don't want
stuff
all
like
that stuff either.
I want Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I want Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2.
Such a great time. Great time.
When are we going to have, like, how long, you know the saying when they go, too soon? Huh? Too soon?
Too soon.
How long before we can make an Iraq war?
Yeah. Well,
or an Afghanistan war?
I don't think it's a problem. I don't think anyone would have a problem other than Afghanistan. And no offense, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people buying any Call of Duty in Afghanistan right now. Maybe
they're
buying
poppies.
It's for heroin.
Well, the coalition, and I'm not pro-war, you guys, but I just want to say while we're on the topic, the coalition is friendly with the governments. We are helping to stabilize Iraq.
Yeah.
We give them, typical America. Here, take tanks, take guns, give us your oil, whatever. But we didn't just go in there, make a parking lot, and leave.
No.
There's stuff still going on, but we're doing it from the government level down, and that's like, it's their country.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and do something like that, there's gotta be an end game to where you help some
Yes, there's got to be a point
happen.
where like, okay, can you take it from here? Can we like pull our troops out? Like,
if you
guys
commit to
got-
go in, you better
this?
commit to the end game too,
Yeah,
because that's you can't just walk out and it's still going on. But when is it too soon for an Afghanistan video game or an Iraq? When was
I
the
think it would
first
be good.
Iraqi freedom when they invaded Kuwait? Wasn't that early '90s?
Yeah. 94?
That was Bush 1.
Was that 94 or 92? I don't
It
even
was
remember.
Bush 1,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the original Bush.
We could do that one, Big Desert.
But
with
again,
tanks and
don't
stuff.
expect exact historical relevancy here. They got to make a video game, so it might not be exactly the way you remembered it. But oil fields and that sort of stuff, you imagine you make pretty good missions based on that. And we're not trying to glorify a war. We're just thinking from a gaming perspective. You know?
But look, we all play these video games. We've been playing for years. You don't think that's the same thing? World War II, World War I, Vietnam?
Listen, if you enjoy shooting
Korea?
people in the head virtually or whatever, you can't say anything like, oh, it's too sensitive. You're going around. If you're playing a game where you're shooting other people, decapitating whatever, it's violent, it doesn't really matter. You're still okay with that violent
It's all
act, so
part
don't
of
be
history.
hypocrites.
It's just how soon is too soon.
So let's go back to the trailer.
I saw that Vengeance V1 come in, and then the tanks, the sound,
really good.
All of it just sounded good.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just gonna say, there's no games out. I'm excited for new games. And I'm excited for another Battlefield because I enjoy, even though I knew it wasn't going to last because I would just get tired of the weapons in Battlefield 1. I played it. I played the heck out of it. But when I stopped. That was it. I didn't care if there was DLC.
You didn't go
I didn't
back.
revisit it.
Wasn't like Battlefield 3. It wasn't like Battlefield 4.
No.
Where it was like,
no,
this
Battlefield
is
4 for me.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So it was so good.
I could sleep with
And
Battlefield
then
4.
they gave you that tiny little snippet at the end of that trailer. You didn't get to see a lot.
Ring of Fire.
But that's exactly what you and I have always said. Screw these, if it's what we think it is, screw all of these stupid blue zones and everything. We're like, oh, it's chipping away at your health.
running
Make
in
it
the
like
blue zone.
you are either in the zone or you are dead. That's what I'm hoping is happening with that. That flamey firewall and everything like that looked like it would just engulf you. I don't want to be, you shouldn't be able to see anything. You shouldn't be able to do anything, and maybe you last a few seconds, but that's about it. I don't want to see people being able to shoot me from the back and just like, well, I'll get this last kill before I die.
Before I die.
You either are in the zone or you're not.
If you're a viewer of other people playing a Battle Royale game, when I watch, the thing that's frustrating is, because the way I play, I'm always moving forward, so I get shot all the time. But I hate it when people are sitting there. I hate it when people play the blue zone. That's a strategy.
They'll just heal, and they heal, and they're
just
still
heal
there.
and heal.
It's like,
then they
come on,
pop
man.
in. It's like, no. If this thing says, look, here's a ring. We're going to give you plenty of warning where the ring is closing to. And when it starts coming, if you don't get inside it, you're going to be in a fiery wall of doom.
Yeah.
You have to just adjust the way you think. It's no longer, I got health
I'll
gifts.
just keep healing myself and then shoot that guy in the back.
Then, what is that
kill.
going to do? We don't know for sure, but we can speculate like everybody else does with these trailers that we saw a ring of fire closing in.
Yeah.
So let's say that if you're in it, boom, you're dead.
Yeah.
Fine.
I like that.
Okay, start a new lobby.
Yeah.
Go on to the next one. No big deal. But what it's going to do is drive people in and have more active gunfights. It's going to be more exciting, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be really just getting in there. There's no, like that's what drove me nuts about Fortnite.
Yeah.
You could see when you were inside the zone, inside the blue zone, you could see out of it better than someone could see into it.
Yeah, exactly. When you were going in there, you could actually see better than someone trying to view out.
They need to, in those games, like H1Z1 had the gas, right? And they need to make your eyes watery, make your gun sway more, or something.
Can't shoot,
punish
like it's
you
impossible.
for being in there.
Yeah.
Or make it kill you faster, or make it a ring of fire that's closing in on
Dude,
you
I'm hoping
and
that
drives you.
I hope that they did that because of people like you and I that were vocal about that, saying, enough of these people riding this. It's kind of a cheap way to do it. If it's
I think DICE
should be
listened to
punished.
me.
Yeah, I hope so. If that's it, again, this is what we were talking about earlier, where just because the battle royales are the way they are. Maybe you didn't like them, but maybe this changes it. Maybe Battlefield gets it right, or maybe COD gets it right. Whatever.
You never know.
But they have the ability to put their own spin on it. And what if they nail it? You know, for you and I, the fact that if that firewall does kill them and kills them rapidly, or at least punishes them in the way that we were just talking, instantly, both Meaty and I are going to like it a lot better than either Fortnite or PUBG. Hands down, no problem. Hands down, no problem. Yeah. In a
perfect world, I see PUBG and Fortnite as two different games. They're both Battle Royale modes, but they're totally different.
Yeah.
What if Call of Duty and Battlefield are totally different from each other and from Fortnite and PUBG? Dude, we all of a sudden have options and choices. You might, right now, you might go, oh, I don't like Battle Royale. Then you're like, wait a minute.
That was kind of fun.
This one here, out of all four of them, this one here is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't like those, but I like this one.
Yeah.
Dude, how cool would that be? Like, we have a chance, an opportunity for this to be real.
That's what I'm most excited about, honestly. And
that they're going to be.
I think
what if they're different?
Can do it best. I think they can do it best, dude. Honestly, but on PC,
I think that I only see Call of Duty being able to do it on a smaller scale.
Well, they're supposed to only have, I think they said something like 50 or 60 players. That's the rumor right now. Which, if that's the rumor, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that because I think putting to 100 is going to push Call of Duty, its engine and everything that it has, and its net code and all that stuff. I think it's going to push it way too much.
You can make 50 happen, no problem.
Yeah.
Why? Why, Meaty? Why do you say that? Okay, let me use an example. PUBG. Gigantic map. I'm not talking about the new one. Gigantic map. 100 players drop in.
Yeah.
If you don't look at the screen and you're focused on landing, going to one or two houses and getting equipped, you look up, there's 50 players left.
Oh, they're instantly, they're dead so fast,
So shrink the map down, shrink the number of players down. Let's get a Battle Royale mode that's like action-oriented with hit detection and no desync. Yeah. Oh, geez. We are talking now.
Either one, dude. I'm happy. I don't care if it's Battlefield or Call of Duty. If they can get that hit detection down and not do the building, because that's what a huge thing of Fortnite that I don't like is the having to build and everything like that. I get it. Some of you guys love it, and that's
what makes that. That's what makes it great, right? That's what makes Fortnite great is the building.
More on the base, on the
I just don't like building, so that's okay.
Oh, dude,
if you love building, then you got your game mode. I like PUBG, but I don't like desync and all that stuff. So if Battlefield could be the fix to PUBG, and Call of Duty could kind of stand on its own with a smaller, active type thing. Wow, we got some choices out there now, and it's going to be nothing but good for gamers. I love it.
Battle Royale is life.
All right, you guys. So now I said we had all this exciting stuff to talk about, but there is something that popped up that you had seen. Drugs are bad, okay, you guys?
Yeah.
Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. So there was...
Including alcohol. I mean, you got to throw alcohol in there. Like it's
legal or not legal, drugs are bad, okay? So keep that in mind. Apparently, there was a massive drug overdose in New Haven, Connecticut. What did it say? How many people?
At first it was saying 70. Now they're saying over 90 people within a 24-hour period near the main park OD'd on what was called K2 or Spice. Spice is the other name. It's synthetic marijuana. Yeah. Synthetic marijuana. So it looks like, I guess, natural herb or whatever, like marijuana. But it's the high that you get from it that's supposed to simulate THC is all chemically induced. You know what I mean? And apparently, it's not that all these people, the reason why it was so high is this drug dealer or whoever it was handing out the bags, probably to try and get people hooked on it, I would imagine. Because you don't want to kill your but they're...
No, you don't want to kill your clients, right?
All of it was free, handed out bags of this stuff. So all these people started smoking this K2, this spice, this synthetic marijuana, and over 90 people within a 24-hour period overdosed. Overdosed, man. I don't... Listen, I'm just going to say this without getting into my own personal life. I don't have an issue. I know Meaty's a little bit different. I don't necessarily have an issue with marijuana. That being said, why is there a need to synthesize marijuana, especially these people that have taken it. If you're taking it for free and you're like, oh, it's like marijuana, like, you know, heroin addicts want heroin. They don't want marijuana or anything like that. They need their heroin or the coke or their crack or whatever, their meth. They need their hardcore stuff. Weed is like a cigarette to them. You know what I mean? So I have to assume that these people that took it, and again, this could be just my plain ignorance, but smoking that, why, if you actually like it, because so many people talk about this, they're like, oh, it's all natural and blah, 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 and it's not that bad for you, and et cetera, et cetera. Why do you need synthetic then? Why do you go towards something synthetic? Anytime it's like that, you are asking for trouble. And 90 people have faced that consequence. You know what I mean?
It's just,
I don't understand why you have to synthesize marijuana. It's everywhere. It grows in people's backyards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The number of people in such a short period of time, it's unheard
so
of.
Dangerous. It's so dangerous. You know, it's like all the synthetic stuff and everything like that. And we talked about this before too, and we're not here as an after-school program or anything like that. If you know my past, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Unlike Meaty, who's been he's been a good boy, you know. I've had my time in my youth and everything like that where
I've
experimented with a lot of things, many things. But I've always been very cautious, and I'm not like a lot of those other people. I'm not trying to say I'm better. It's very easy for me to say, I don't like that, I don't do it. Like alcohol, I'm like, you know me, Meaty, I nurse it. Yeah. I like drinking alcohol. I like scotch and whiskey, but I know how if I get too much, I know that I get a hangover, so I don't do it. I tried and experimented with a lot of different things when I was younger, and I'm like, instantly, I'm like, I don't like that. I didn't get hooked, I didn't become an addict or anything like that, but most people do not have that ability to just stop. So just don't do it. And Meaty said this before, and I know you'll reiterate this, the best thing in your system is water, and the best thing in your lungs is air. Anything other than that, I don't care. People are saying, oh, it's not that bad for you. Anything other than air in your lungs is not good for you. Anything consumed other than water is not good for you. I'm not talking about food and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. If you're going to drink alcohol in moderation, or you're going to destroy your brain cells, you're going to hurt someone, you're going to hurt yourself, you're going to destroy your liver. There's limits to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a touchy subject, though, really.
Yeah, I don't judge other people for what they do. I honestly don't. I can only base things off of my experience. And I can tell you that I've found times in my life where I was super healthy from exercising, working out, playing sports, and then getting injured. Yeah. And taking that feeling of total health to, oh my gosh, I hate the way I feel. I can't think straight. I can't do things. And it's the same way if you're just feeling normal and you come home from work, I need to get drunk every night. And that feeling like you just, I'm not even healthy now. I'm overweight. I eat way too much. You see what I'm saying? It's a mindset.
We go through stress. We get stressed
out up and down, but it doesn't even cross my mind to go anywhere else. I don't even drink. I'm not against drinking. No. I've had a Heineken in my fridge since 2 different trips that you came here. It just sits there.
Yeah, you and I may have a couple of beers or something once in a while at the end of a trip, but that's it.
Dude, I drank whiskey like it was water. I used to buy the big liter-sized Jack Daniels, right? But I never sat here by myself or came home from work and went like, my God, where's my Jack Daniels? When we went out camping, when it was time to sit around the fire, we'd tie one on and tell lies all night, you know? Yeah. That's the type of drinking that I did. But it got to the point where it kind of gave me, and I don't know, you can do this. You can do this. There's things that you can take to stop smoking that do this, but you can do it yourself. I convinced myself, and I felt the physical effects, saying that every time I took a drink, I just got like nauseous. I got like a headache, a numb headache. And I mean, I could drink Jack Daniels like people drink beer. Yeah. And I'm not exaggerating. Yeah. You drink 10 beers?
Been with you
I drink 10 Jack and Cokes. Yeah. It's on, I'm not saying that I'm some goody two-shoes, but what I'm saying is this was years ago. I just said, I don't really have any interest in drinking right now. I'm focused on the challenge of life, right? Yeah. I'm not banging drums and singing Kumbaya. I'm saying we go through crap every day, dude.
Yeah.
We go through stuff that would drive people to do drugs or drink or whatever else.
Yeah.
But with friends, support systems, a good head on your shoulders, and that will to survive, right?
Yeah.
Take on the challenge of life, because it's hard to have a job. Yeah. It's hard to be clean. It's hard to be successful.
Keep up with your bills and everything else.
It's
and
easy.
Deal with the curveballs that life throws you.
It's easy to sit at home and go, oh, I'm unemployed. I don't have a job.
I'm so stressed.
I'm going to do drugs.
Or
That's easier
That's a
than not doing it.
It's a weakness.
It's way easier to do that than it is to try. I mean, I've met so many people online. Handemer's one of them. I always think of him.
Yeah, that dude hustles.
He was overweight a little bit. You had a little belly like I do, and you know what? He's like, enough. He started running. He's like, did marathons.
Marathons, half marathons. Dude, just flip the script.
At the same time, he's expanding his knowledge in his career, learning new learning like different computer programs.
He's stressed about taking care of them. He wasn't making enough money in his job, so on top of the job that he had at the time, he was going back to school. He's doing all this other stuff. It's a lot of work. You want to be happy. You're not. People who think it's like this. I think the entitled thing. They think people, even in the Western world, just because you live here doesn't mean you're going to have a good life. You have to hustle. You have to work hard to be happy. Being happy, I would say, is a hell of a lot harder than being miserable. It's so much work to be happy. But it's for you. It's for the people around you. Like, don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to smile? It takes a lot of work. It's easy to be miserable. It's easy to be angry. It's easy to just give up and say, oh, man, I got fired. Oh, you should feel sorry for yourself and drink and do drugs, because that's going to make your life so much better. It's a cop-out. If you want to be happy and you think that you quote, deserve to be happy, then you need to put hustle into it. Not buy your whiskey, your drugs, or anything like that. I'm not saying you don't have to smoke pot if that's your thing, or you drink, or we all have our sort of vices, I guess.
Exactly.
But in moderation, don't crutch it.
Balance is the key to life. You're going to come to a crossroads at some point in your life, whether it's young, older, whatever, where you can go one of two ways. And one way is what we're talking about here. Massive drug overdoses in New Haven from synthetic marijuana. And the other road is life. Where you got the ups and the downs. And instead of covering it up with this stuff, you take on the challenge. It's hard. It's a hard road.
Learn from it and go forward. That's it. Open your mind.
I just try. If you're out there and you're struggling with this, we don't judge. We're not judging you.
We're not telling you you're a horrible person.
We're sharing knowledge. We're sharing my experiences. Niels is sharing his experience. We have two totally different experiences here. But where are we right now? Look where we're at right now.
We're enjoying life. We still have our stresses and everything like that. Don't kid yourself. As soon as we don't talk about our own personal things happening right now, believe me, it's not all roses and everything like that. But we have the same mentality. It's hustle. It's push forward. What are we going to stop making videos? Oh, look, the views are down. Perfect thing. Oh my God, I feel so bad. We don't feel bad. We don't focus on that. We know and we can see views are down on videos, but that doesn't make us go, oh, I guess we got to give up. If anything,
what's the option, right? Give up? No, you accept the challenge.
We push forward. We try new things. We keep going forward. It's the people that go, oh my God, and focus on the negativity that some of you guys look at. That's the wrong way to look at life. You acknowledge that and say, this is an issue. What do? Do we give up? No. We go, let's push something else out. Let's try different videos. Let's try this. We keep pushing forward. It's a lot of work. It's hard. It's stressful. But we do it because we love it, and we know that if we're successful, if something works, that's our happiness, man. It's easy to give up. That's weakness, man.
If you think you're smart, if you think you're tough, if you think you're talented, then accept the challenge and push forward. So I always say, you have to I've sacrificed a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean my time. I put my head down and didn't look up for 10 years to get to a certain point in my life where I could buy my first home, which my family never had. Why? Because I didn't go out to dinner every night. I didn't go out partying with my friends. I worked all the overtime I could. And when I picked my head back up, I'm like, hey, this is really cool. But I also looked back and went, wow, that took a lot. I just lost 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
And a lot of that it influenced me of why finally, after 20 years in a career, that I wanted to just say, I'm done with that career. I want to try out YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a risk. You roll the dice, man. Sometimes it goes down.
I'm up for the challenge. Gotta
keep pushing. Gotta keep pushing. So I think that's our basic sort of note to you is we're not here to judge you. We're not saying that you're a bad person. But if you truly want happiness, if you truly think that you deserve it or that's something you want, you can't give up. You gotta push hard. Being happy is a hell of a lot more work than being miserable. It's easy to be miserable. You actually want to be happy, then work at it. That's it. I think that's...
for sure. You got to fight for it. So I think it was a really fun podcast, you guys. We covered, let's see, the Call of Duty beta. We covered BR Mode Hate. We covered Battlefield 5. And we covered this Overdose thing, which kind of segued into a little bit of discussion about this stuff because it's affects all of us in one way or another. For sure. And if we can share, we're not telling you, we're sharing knowledge with you. We're sharing our lives with you. If they can help in the smallest way, then that's success. Awesome. If you can listen to what we're saying and share that with a friend, that's great, right?
Perfect. Yeah,
I think it's awesome.
Exactly.
I think it's awesome. So that's going to do it for this podcast. I had a good time. I hope you guys did too, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you.